right, so our last question comes from Caleb. And Caleb says, longtime listener, huge fan of the show. Thank you, Caleb. My question revolves around the Metroid series, but I think this could easily fit all of Nintendo's franchises. However, we're going to answer the Metroid one. He said, for somebody just jumping into the Metroid series, where do you recommend they start?
Super Metroid.
Final answer?
Yeah.
I have a different answer.
Really?
A little bit.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I love Super Metroid. It's my favorite. It's hands down one of the best.
So by start, do you mean finish the game from start to finish, or just
the
sort
first
of?
game they play
play in the
a Metroid
franchise.
series.
Can they play it for half an hour and stop?
No.
Come on.
What kind of question?
What semantics are you pulling right
If they're
now?
on an island, they have one shoe, and then no.
My answer is Zero Mission.
Yeah,
I
I was
feel
gonna-
that
yeah.
Zero Mission is a better place to start because Super Metroid, first of all, it is without question one of the most excellent games ever made. It is absolutely amazing, timeless,
it's
really well
all right.
done. You,
I'm kidding. I'm just
you're
kidding.
About to get stabbed with
Just
a
wanted to
big pen. All right.
Just wanted to rile you up.
Yeah, no, Zero Mission's really good. It restructures and reorganizes the very first Metroid, which is very hard to go back to in some instances because of the information and the gaps in that game, right? I mean, that game is very exploratory, but there isn't a map to really help you figure out where you're going.
Yep.
Whereas Zero Mission holds your hand a little bit and helps you understand the guiding principles of how a Metroid should work. I worry Super Metroid might be just a little too daunting, even though there is a little bit of that in that game as well.
See, I feel Super Metroid is like a very confined experience. Like, it's all about her in the suit and like getting more and more powers to the point where you're like, this is freaking awesome. Whereas like, you know, you don't have to worry about being in the Zero suit and all these things that I think would be more impactful if you've played like the classic kind of like, here's her, you know, her kind of very straightforward story. I love Zero Mission. I think it's awesome. I think if you were going to play any of these, like Super Metroid, Zero Mission, or Metroid Prime, any of those three are
Fusion
great.
Too. Fusion's
Great,
good.
great, yeah,
Fusion's great.
But that one is like, I appreciate
Too
that
chatty.
game because it changes the experience, right?
Yeah.
Like, would I want that to be my first one? No.
Okay.
Like, I wouldn't want
I would-
Fusion to be
I
my
want
first
Zero
one.
Mission to be the first
If
one.
Fusion was your first one, you would probably just assume that all of the games are narrated and guided. You know, I love Zero Mission, but Nintendo doesn't. Because there's been no way to play it.
Okay, so
For a very no, because Fusion is on the Wii U Virtual Console now, right? And it looks great. And Fusion's also on the 3DS for the Ambassador Program people, which is me.
All 10
Where
of
is
us.
Zero Mission? Like, why
So
can't I play that?
Zero Mission is actually, it was released, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago on the Wii U Game Boy Advance Virtual Console.
Yes,
I bought it.
Really?
I have it, yeah, I've been playing it in Japanese because you don't need
Wait,
a lot
hold
of
on.
English to
That's
really play it.
excellent news.
Yeah, so there is a great chance that is coming to the West. So,
All right.
Caleb, if you have a Wii U and you're considering starting, I think Pear's suggestion is excellent, by the way. Super Metroid is one of the all-time classics.
So good.
However, if you want a little bit more hand-holdy, but not a lot, I would say Zero Mission. I feel like Zero Mission kind of encapsulates it better. It's true you're going to miss out on some of the references, but ultimately it is still the starting point for that series in a lot of ways.
Funny
I
how
just
It
feel
represents
like-
those things well.
I feel like if he's writing into this podcast, which means you're listening to
Don't poop on my
an
dreams, Pat.
audio podcast
He is.
from Nintendo fans for Nintendo fans, you're not a beginning player. I think you can handle Super Metroid. It's not that hard either.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it
Yeah.
is. I'm
Metroid
just saying,
Prime gets really hard.
Yeah,
at the end.
I'm saying Zero Mission is
Metroid Prime
a
does get
really
hard.
elegant Metroid. It's just
And-
not quite as elegant
Fine.
as Super Metroid.
Metroid 2 is the one you want to stay away from as long as possible.
Hey,
No, come on.
it's hard to get around. I agree.
Yeah,
it's
it's
up
just-
there with the first game in terms of navigate. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
You
no,
wanna finish that? No, it's in terms of navigation and figuring out where you're going. However, it sort of suffers from the same flaws. The only extra flaw is that it's in black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Needs a map, and it's all green.
All right, cool. Well, that's our show, guys.
Yeah.